Welcome back to Ask Allison. Here's today's question. Is there a time of year that's better or worse than others for starting a private practice? I'm excited to answer this. It's very timely. But first, I'd like to thank Therapy Notes for sponsoring Ask Allison. I've talked about them for years. You know their features by heart by now. But here's what really sets them apart is that they genuinely care about your experience. It is not just about troubleshooting. They actively implement user-suggested features like their new AI Notes program and automated client payments. Everyone at Therapy Notes believes in the product and they want you to love it too. Plus, they're independently owned, which means no venture capital, no pressure to prioritize investors over customers. This independence allows them to keep their prices fair, to focus on innovation, and to prioritize their customer experience. With over 100,000 therapists already on board, they've proven you don't have to compromise success for quality. If you're ready to see for yourself, try Therapy Notes free for 2 months with the code ABUNDANT at therapynotes.com. So this is such an important question. I'm glad that you're asking it. Right now, honestly, is not the ideal time to launch your private practice if you're considering leaving your current job. Typically, many therapists, especially those newer to private practice, experience a slowdown during the summer months. However, if you're not immediately dependent on your practice income, or if you're planning to keep your current job while gradually building your practice, this could be a really fantastic time to start. I always aim to be completely real with y'all because the comparison game can be brutal. It's very common, especially when you're first starting out, to look around at other therapists who seem to be thriving and then worry that you're falling short. But the truth is, there is an ebb and a flow in private practice, and everyone experiences slowdowns at some point. Late spring through summer can provide a really valuable opportunity if you're able to financially weather a slower start because you've got extra time and space to lay down a really strong foundation for your practice. You can focus on your systems, on your paperwork, fine-tuning your marketing, building a website or networking, all of that without feeling frantic or rushed. However, if your bills depend heavily on immediate client income, late summer or late spring and early summer might feel really tough and stressful. Referrals traditionally slow down this time of year. There is a counterintuitive part of you that I really want you to not do this. So just listen to me here. Um, Many therapists start panicking when referrals drop, even though it happens like clockwork for the majority of practices. They spend their energy venting in Facebook groups, they're scrolling Reddit threads, they're exchanging anxious texts with their fellow new therapists about how stressed out they are about it. These activities, while totally understandable, they tend to lead to reduced or inconsistent marketing. Ironically, pulling back on marketing is exactly what's going to prolong the slowdown, right? So here's what I encourage instead. Keep your marketing consistent. Even if your efforts yield fewer clients right away, consistent marketing is going to position you perfectly when the busier fall season comes around. The therapists who stay steady and they keep putting themselves out there, even when it's frustratingly slow, they're the ones who come out ahead. When September rolls around and clients are actively searching for therapists, these consistent marketers, they're easy to find. Their practices fill up quickly. Remember that consistency is always going to trump sporadic bursts of energy. If you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about where to focus your energy during these slower periods, I want you to try small, manageable steps like writing one blog post a week, attending a local networking event, or meeting somebody for coffee, updating your online directory profiles. Even smaller actions taken regularly make a significant difference over time. Another really helpful tip during slow periods is to invest some energy into learning and growth. Use the extra space in your schedule to sharpen your clinical skills, attend trainings, create helpful content that positions you as an expert. Not only does this build your confidence, it also attracts your ideal clients who then resonate with your unique perspectives and skills. If you need help with training, not boring CEs, I highly recommend it. This is also an ideal time to revisit your niche. Are you really clear about who your ideal client is? Have you fine-tuned your messaging to speak directly to their needs and pain points? Summer gives you a bit of breathing room to clarify and to elevate your brand presence. If you've been putting off updating your Psychology Today profile or tweaking the copy on your website or whatever it is you need to work on, this is your moment. You're going to really thank yourself come fall. Now, if you're someone who tends to struggle with internalized pressure or perfectionism, slower seasons can really make you uncomfortable and worried. You might find yourself questioning whether you're cut out for private practice, wondering if you made the right decision, feeling like everyone else is doing better than you, this is a really good time to do some internal work. Whether that's journaling, seeing your therapist, taking a few walks to process what you're feeling, whatever that self-reflection looks like for you, it can be incredibly valuable. It's also worth acknowledging that some therapists do just fine in the summer, especially if they specialize in working with different populations that come in more in the summer. So while summer is slower for many, it is not universally slower. Knowing your niche, anticipating your clientele's seasonal rhythms can really help you plan more strategically. Now, if you're someone who thrives on structure, consider setting goals for your summer marketing efforts. That does not mean I'm going to get one client this week. That means mapping out a weekly plan with one visibility action, one connection building activity, one piece of content creation, that kind of thing, the stuff you can control. That way, even if the client work is light, you're building momentum that pays off later. Treat marketing like brushing your teeth. It's something you do regularly because it keeps your practice healthy, not just when there's a problem. I really, really empathize with therapists who find themselves stuck in the worry and doubt. They're creating this self-fulfilling prophecy of struggle when they slow down their marketing efforts. I don't even think everybody realizes they're doing that when they're doing it, but they know that what they've been doing isn't yielding results anymore now that summertime has come. And so they just start pulling back because they're feeling defeated. Every year I see this pattern play out, and it breaks my heart because it's avoidable and it makes that summer slowdown last into the fall for these folks. So to help you break this cycle, we are opening doors to a program specifically designed to help you stay motivated and consistent and visible through the summer. It's called Summer Sprint. We're closing enrollment May 23rd. That's Friday, just before midnight. And then we actually start the program. So you have to have already signed up for it the first week of June. So if you'd like to join an encouraging group of therapists who are actively marketing their practices throughout the summer with my direct support, I want you to DM the word steady on social media. Or if you're listening to the podcast, I want you to click the link in the show notes. We are working through June, July, and August. It's okay if you're gone for some of that, to make sure that when the fall rush comes, you're the one being found. Current Abundance Party members get a special discount, FYI. Our free worksheet today is one to help you with your motivation struggles if you're struggling with motivation. That happens for most of us when we're not getting results yet. So on socials, you can DM me the word sheets, and I'll get you that worksheet and all of our other free worksheets as well. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.